Another Dragonite! Damn it! What's with all the Dragonites in Premier Cup? Who started this trend? I need a new plan. Whoa. Spicy. Damn it. Dragonite. Garchomp switch. Metagross in the back? What am I doing wrong? There has to be a way to combat this. What could I possibly do? Wait. Yes, of course. That's the answer. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna make it to rank 10. I gotta tell someone. Charlie! Charlie! Charlie, I did it. I did it. I found out how to reach rank 10. Togekiss lead. Typical noob. Wouldn't get it anyways. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we do upload daily PvP content, so please consider subscribing to the channel if that is of interest to you. And if you're a returning subscriber like Depanjan Chatarji, hope I got your name right, thank you for the support. We recently just passed 1,000 subscribers and I could not be more grateful for every single one of you that has liked the video, commented, and most importantly subscribed to the channel. I am thankful for each and every one of you, and thank you so much for helping me to reach this milestone, 1,000 subscribers. Honestly, when I started the channel, never thought I would get to this many of you being interested in my videos, but I'm super grateful that you are and that there is people who actually enjoy watching this content. So thank you, truly, thank you so much. And I will be having a giveaway on the channel. I'll probably announce the details in the next video or two. Basically, I think I'm going to give away like gift cards, Apple Play Store, maybe like $15 gift cards, couple of them. Only problem with that is that it appears I only have access to buying gift cards within my actual region, so that would be Canada. So not sure if I'll be able to buy gift cards for other regions. I'm going to try to see if I get some on eBay maybe for like the States and Europe or whatnot. But if I can't, it might be region locked for this. I know region locked kind of goes along with the Pokemon GO thing, but for this first giveaway it might be region locked to North America or something, but I'll see what I can do. I definitely want to start doing giveaways that include all of you because I'm grateful for every single one of you. So thank you so much for the support, and we are going to get right into the video today. Going to be testing out Togekiss in the lead, as you may have seen from the intro. And let's get right into battle number 1 here. So first matchup here is against RE719 DBS, and we're going to be leading Togekiss into the Mamoswine. So this is an unfavorable matchup, it would look like, because Mamoswine, obviously, ice typing, going to be doing a lot of damage to Togekiss. But as you can see here, Charm is actually outpacing Powder Snow in terms of raw damage. The issue here is that Mamoswine charges energy so quickly that you will lose this matchup unless you burn both shields. So what I wanted to do there was catch the Avalanche with Snorlax. I obviously failed at that, so I had to burn a shield, and now I bring in Snorlax because I don't want to win that lead matchup by having to burn 2 shields. So even though you could technically win it, it is a pretty rough match. So I do switch out into Snorlax. We're met by the Gyarados here, and it is a Dragon Breath variant. So Snorlax with the energy lead, as we have seen, actually performs really well. And I'm going to be honest, I've been struggling quite a bit in Premier Cup. Most of my wins actually lately have been coming in the Master League, but Premier Cup's been a bit of a struggle. Haven't really found the team I love yet. I do like Swampert in the back, but sometimes if they're not running a Metagross in the back, it does sort of become a liability. So here I chose not to shield, so I am giving up switch advantage. Gyarados is going to take me out. So basically my thinking here was that if he has a Mamoswine, I know Swampert can handle that, so I don't necessarily need switch advantage, assuming that they have a Metagross or a Magnezone in the back. And as you can see here, they do have a Metagross, so it's looking really good now because Swampert can handle both Metagross and the Mamoswine here. Basically Mamoswine is going to come in, I'm going to throw this Hydro Cannon, and the Mamoswine is going to burn the shield here, and it's going to throw an Avalanche. The most important thing here is to not shield this Avalanche, because we will be able to beat the Mamoswine to the next charge move, which will be the Hydro Cannon, which is going to knock out the Mamoswine, and then we have to keep that shield for the Metagross in the back. So whatever the Metagross throws, we're going to shield up and then build enough energy for the Earthquake, which we should be able to throw at this opponent who has 0 shields left, and will win the game. So the opponent actually chooses to back out of that matchup, understanding the condition that they were in there, and we take game number 1. TKG Suki is up next in match number 2, and we're leading Togekiss into Metagross. So obviously Metagross is out for revenge in this video. Did not like what I had to say about him being in the back in the last video, so he's here. Some revenge, and here comes the Dragonite. So this is the thing about Togekiss lead. If you get a hard lead, like we saw here with Metagross, and then they switch in their Dragonite, we don't really have any counter for Dragonite in this team. Obviously Snorlax could do pretty well, and I think there is a case to be running Outrage on Snorlax right now. I'm probably going to switch over to Outrage, to be honest, to see how that performs. But Dragonite here obviously comes in. It's going to avoid the Togekiss. So now we have a Togekiss, they have a Metagross in the back. We have to align the Swampert with the Metagross if we want any shot of winning this. That means winning this secondary matchup here between Snorlax and Dragonite. The main issue here is that the opponent also understands this, so they're not just going to hand us over switch advantage, right? So what I'd have to do here is commit to this shield and then throw the body slam and basically hope they don't shield. I did not think they were going to give up switch advantage, so I let it go through. Probably a mistake, you know. Even if you think they're not, you should just go for it. But I would be down 2 shields then, which is still problematic. So I didn't necessarily want to do that, and we were in a really rough spot. So I know Metagross is coming in now, gonna switch into Swampert. They're instantly gonna switch out of this, and they happen to have a Garchomp. So look at this, they had a team that had 2 weaknesses to Togekiss, Garchomp and Dragonite, and I happen to have the only Pokemon that counters those 2 in the lead against their Metagross. So it's like, had I had the Togekiss anywhere else in the lineup, this would have probably been a win. Not guaranteed, but more likely than not, we'd be in a pretty good spot. For example, let's say I had Swampert in the lead and then Togekiss in the back. That'd be pretty good. They would switch out into the... So they'd switch out the Metagross match, bring in, let's say, Dragonite, and then I bring the Togekiss, right? Togekiss beats the Metagross, or beats the Dragonite. Then they bring the Metagross, so they destroy my Togekiss. And then I guess that's where Double Dragon comes in. They'd have a Garchomp left, and I guess Snorlax could do okay against it. It's not too bad of a matchup here. Obviously this match here it's over. There's nothing we could do. Just definitely too hard to come back. I actually kind of like this Double Dragon idea going here. Dragonite and Garchomp. It's pretty smart if you could bait out the Togekiss there. Kind of works the same way as like Double Grass strategy from Caleb Pang and all those other double type strategies. So definitely something we're going to have to keep a lookout for in Premier Cup. I know there's a lot of Double Steel currently, but I don't think Double Steel works the same way in that, I don't know, Swampert seems to just have the most enjoyable time ever with those teams. So either way, well played by the opponent there. T-Black44 is up next, and we're going to lead Togekiss into Empoleon. So another horrible lead for us, 3 games, 3 bad leads. And we're going to chip away here with Charm, and then I would expect to switch out here into the Snorlax. We do. Don't catch the Hydro Cannon, unfortunately, so it does switch out with energy stored. And they bring in a Gyarados again. So Gyarados has been a very popular safe switch in the Premier Cup thus far. Gonna throw the Body Slam here. And assuming that this player is running, say, Metagross or Magnezone in the back, this is a similar situation to the first match we saw, where Swampert is actually very good against the lead Pokemon and potentially the Pokemon in the back. So, like in the first match we saw Mamoswine and Metagross, if they have Empoleon and Metagross here, we're in a great position again because Swampert can handle both of those. So let's see what ends up happening here. Again, you want to win secondary matchup, which is this one, to maintain switch advantage. But in this case where I think they have 2 Pokemon weak to Swampert, it isn't necessarily as important. So we do give up the switch advantage. We didn't have it to begin with, but we gave up any chance of maintaining it. So Togekiss comes in, and we're met by the Empoleon here. I actually choose to shield this. Interesting. And let's see if we could get to the Flamethrower here. I do get to the Flamethrower. Let's see if we get the shield out of the Empoleon. And the thing is here, if I was to switch into Swampert and they do have a Metagross, they can't really switch out, right? Because both of them are going to be weak to the Swampert. So at this point, I'm going to let the Togekiss go down, or am I going to shield here? I think I should let it go. I chose to shield. Very interesting. Okay, so it looks like I'm trying to get rid of this Empoleon. And it actually beats me to the next charge move, so that was basically a wasted shield. Let's see what they end up having in the back. I don't like the way I play this at all. Only benefit here is that I get to farm down the Empoleon before it could throw again. And it's a Magnezone, so we did read it correctly in that they did have something weak. But if they had, say, the Metagross here, this wouldn't be the most optimal position because they do have a shield and we have 0. So I'm going to throw this Hydro Cannon. I mean, Magnezone can't do anything against Swampert in this situation, so I actually let it go through and we take that match. Go 2-1. And Vanilla 70 is up next in match number 4 here. So a lot of these teams are running Metagross or Magnezone in the back, as you see still. We run, wow, another Metagross in the lead. That's 4 lost leads in a row. And obviously we got to switch out here, bring in the Snorlax. Metagross is staying in for quite some time, built up to a lot of energy before switching out. Brings in the Togekiss, so we have a lot of energy here actually. Quite the energy lead actually over Togekiss, so I should be able to throw back-to-back body slams here. And let's see if this Togekiss is going to choose to burn any shields. The only problem is that Charm does so much damage. You would prefer to see Gyarados come in with this big of an energy lead as opposed to Togekiss. And honestly, I think this is a situation where you do want to shield and try to maintain switch advantage, so I am going for that. But the opponent is also aware of that, so I would expect to see them shield here as well. And I'm going to throw the body slam. It does get the shield from the Togekiss, and they should be able to charm us down before I get to another body slam. And Lick does not do as much damage as Charm, so unfortunate for us. I bring back the Togekiss. Metagross is going to come out, so I have to switch into Swampert. And remember, this Metagross has so much energy, so we're actually met by another Swampert in the back. And of course, my Swampert only has 14 attacks, so I'm going to lose CMP most of the time. But because we do have an energy lead, it shouldn't come down to CMP. And there isn't any breakpoints in terms of mudshot damage or anything, so this isn't the worst matchup. Gonna throw Hydro Cannon. We do get the second shield from the Swampert. It looked like there was a bit of lag there, which is unfortunate because if that was lag, it's possible now that we are even on energy despite me having had the energy lead. Wow, they got to another Hydro Cannon. So at this point I have to shield, of course. And we should be able to beat it to this Hydro Cannon. So this should knock out the Swampert. And then Metagross is going to come back in. Wow, it actually did not KO. So I have to bring in the Togekiss here, which is very unfortunate. This is going to allow the Metagross to farm up even more energy. But then again, the Metagross already had so much energy stored, it probably didn't make much of a difference. They have to throw here or else I would get to Flamethrower. But the main issue is that they already had so much energy stored from before that they're actually going to beat me to the charge move here. And Meteor Mash is going to KO the Swampert. And we're going to lose this match. They actually went for Earthquake. That just shows how much energy they had stored up. So we lose that. And going up against Scandalous Panda here in match number 5. Very good trainer. And we're going to see another Metagross lead. So 5 games, 5 lost leads. You know, honestly, when you lose 5 leads, most of the time I'm happy to take even 1 win. But we have 2 already, so not too bad. We see the Machamp switch into our Snorlax here. And obviously this is a pretty hard counter to Snorlax, but you could see Snorlax is putting in some work here against the Machamp. And this should not KO, but if I did choose to shield here, which I am doing, it's a Dynamic Punch that would KO. I was expecting a Cross Chop. Dynamic Punch will KO. Body Slam here is going to apply a lot of shield pressure. So they definitely have to shield here if they want to maintain switch advantage, which of course they are going to do. And you could see here, Snorlax is putting in some work, so they have to throw again. And I don't think I would get to another Body Slam here, so not really worth risking the shield. And now we bring in the Togekiss. It barely has any health left to farm. That's also a problem here. So you would actually prefer to be in this situation where you could farm up a bit on the Machamp, but then again, they do have access to Rock Slide, so not optimal. Togekiss comes in, obviously switch into Swampert, and like we saw in the last match, exact same line basically, Swampert in the back. This Metagross is storing a lot of energy, so we are going to throw the Hydro Cannon here. And the Swampert's going to throw. This is not going to KO, of course, so we could let this first one go through. And now I'm going to throw Hydro Cannon again. And as we saw in the last video, this actually does not KO, so I have to commit to the farm down here. Hopefully we could farm down before it gets to the charge move. No, we're not. So I have to use another shield here. And after I shield this, I'm going to have to commit to the farm down. And the main issue is that they have a lot of energy on the Metagross, plus they have a shield. If they didn't have a shield, maybe there's a chance because we have the Earthquake. So I actually go for the Earthquake here. I should have probably went for the Hydro Cannon, and then I would have to switch out. So I do go for the Earthquake, and basically I don't have enough energy to get to another Earthquake here. So I will get to a Flamethrower, so they have to throw or else I get to it. And had I thrown the Hydro Cannon there and gotten the shield, maybe I could have got to the Earthquake possibly. Maybe not. They had so much energy, as you see here. It would have been really close, but I don't think I would have got to it anyways. Would have probably lost. But considering how hard of a counter that was in the lead, it was a pretty close match in the end. And maybe we had a chance to win with the Earthquake, but we do lose. We go 2-3, and overall the Togekiss lead didn't perform as well as I thought it would. But then again, we did lose the lead in all 5 matches, so it's hard to really say whether or not it was effective. So what are my final thoughts on this team? Basically, Togekiss, really strong Pokemon obviously. Thing that I found playing it, and granted this is a very small sample size, but it's either usually going to be a very hard win or a very hard loss in the lead spot with Togekiss. You're either going to run into something like a Dragonite, which you're going to dominate, or you're going to run into something like a Metagross, which you're going to get walled by. There doesn't seem to be too many neutral matchups in the lead. I guess Swampert would be neutral, but you don't really see many Swamperts in the lead. Most of the Pokemon I see in the lead are like Gyarados, which with Dragon Breath is very good for Togekiss, or Dragonite, obviously very good for Togekiss. Metagross, very bad for Togekiss. So those kind of matches. Obviously in this video it didn't work out really well, but we did lose the lead all 5 matches, so not the greatest example. Just because it didn't work in this video doesn't mean it won't work for you. And if you want to test out Togekiss in the lead, I definitely think it's a Pokemon that could do wonders for your team. Maybe not with this exact team composition, but I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there who could build a better team than I did and could perform a lot better than me as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, commenting, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.